This is Pappus Book 7, proposition number 238. And do you have any idea how long it took me to find that particular proof? Okay. Well, let's get into this, shall we? Alright, the proof says as follows. Let there be a line AB. Well, this is line AB right here. And we have another point, and it's this point right here. You see this point right here? We're going to put a point outside of this line. Okay? And then we're going to place yet another point right down here. Now, as you probably noticed, this is the Greek letter delta. Okay? We're going to be using Greek letters through all of this. We're also going to be using the Greek letter sigma. This is the Greek letter alpha. This is the Greek letter beta. Are we getting the picture here? Alright. Now, the first thing we're going to do, the first thing that Pappus wants us to do is he wants us to draw a line from here, straight through these points, straight down. As you will notice, this line here is parallel to that line. Or technically it would be if they were perfectly straight. I know I kind of drew it a little curvy, but that's okay. Okay. Now, we also have to have a line through delta that goes all the way through sigma. Okay. And it's going to be perpendicular to AB, or perpendicular to alpha beta. Okay. Now we have a ratio. A ratio between this length here and this length here. Now then, if this is a 1-to-1 ratio, in other words, if the length of this line is exactly the same as the length of this line, then this point is on a parabola. Or actually, probably not really this point, but you could say this point. It doesn't matter either way. You could either say this is the point of the parabola or this is the point of the parabola. It doesn't really matter. You could draw a parabola here or you could draw a parabola here. Because this line also extends out like thus. Okay? If this line is greater than length than this line, then you may have a hyperbola. If this line here is less than length than this line, in other words, this line's bigger than this line, you may end up with yourself an ellipse. Alright, and this is all due to Pappus Book 4, proposition number 34. And if you want to look that up for yourself, you go right ahead. But I think you can plainly see that whether you draw a parabola like this, or you draw a parabola like this, there could be parabolas. You could actually draw a parabola and have it extend out to this line right here. Okay, you could actually draw it like that. You can draw that on up like thus. I know that's kind of a sloppy picture, but you're finally getting the idea. Okay, and this is where, now Pappus did not name the focus or the directrix. He didn't name either one. However, later mathematicians did. Okay? And so, this is where they get the focus and the directrix. You get the idea? Now you say, why is all this important? Because in a future lesson, I'm going to show you a calculus proof, and that calculus proof is dependent upon this. Because of what Pappus did, there is a calculus proof that could actually now be solved. See what I mean? And that's why I showed you all this. Now, we'll be a little more accurate when we do the actual calculus proof, and I show you how the focus and the directrix actually works. But I think you can finally see here, based on all this, and like I said, you could actually draw a line like this, and then you could have something like that. See what I mean? But what they're basically saying is that, and I think it's pretty much this point right here, it's either going to be on a parabola or a hyperbola or on an ellipse, based on the ratio of this line to that line. See me? So as long as the parabola, the hyperbola, or the ellipse goes through this line, there you go. So really, like I said, it doesn't really matter how you draw it. The point is that Pappus Book 7, proposition number 238, clearly establishes the focus and the directrix of the parabola, even though he never formally called them directrix or focus. Now, if you guys want to put up a better drawing than I have, you go right ahead. Fine by me. I may have not gotten the drawing completely right, but that is the basic part of the drawing. Alright. I think I've said enough here. Now, I'm sure you're going to go to Euclid, not Euclid, but Pappus Book 7, Proposition 238, and you're going to see some other writing down there. I'm not going to go through all that extra proof. There's really no need. You've got the basics right here. Alright, I will tell you more in a future video, so I'd like for you to stay tuned.